it's Jess.
And Mel.
Welcome to another episode of Mel Reads The Cursed Child. This week we are reading 9, 10 and 11. Scenes, that is. No, I'm kidding. We're reading scenes 9, 10 and 11 of Act 1.
Woo! So before we dive in just quickly, last week I was told to make my predictions, and I decided not to write them down on paper. Instead, I've emailed them to the Witch Weekly inbox. And
Excellent.
we are not opening my predictions until we have finished the podcast. So they'll be opened at the very end, and we'll see how right I was.
I'm excited. I think you will have gotten some things right. I predict there has to be at least... How many things are in there?
I don't remember. There was a lot. I wrote a lot. And there was some speculation going, it'll either be this or this.
I have a feeling that you will have gotten at least half of it right. Like, you must have. If you haven't, I'll be really surprised. Alright, so let's pick up at scene 9. Do we want to quickly recap on what we've learned so far, though? And what we've seen so far?
Yeah. So, Albus Potter has gone to Hogwarts.
Sure has.
And made friends with Draco Malfoy's son Scorpius.
Oh, yes.
Who is rumoured to be the love child of Voldemort and Draco's wife.
Blech.
Apparently conceived by the use of a time turner. Apparently all the time turners were destroyed back in Order of the Phoenix. However, Harry, the Auror, has just acquired one. Meanwhile, all the dark creatures are on the move. So we sort of like transition through Albus's years at Hogwarts until his 4th year. And just before his 4th year begins, Amos Diggory turns up with his very suspicious niece. And they want to use the time turner to bring back Cedric, and Harry says there is no time turner.
You wanna know something, though, just real quick? The second you said niece, I thought granddaughter. You've gotten me hooked.
Hooked on my theory?
Yeah, I'm hooked on your theory.
Yep, she's actually Cedric's child.
And who's the mum?
Cho.
Yeah, that's right. So I just needed you to add that in for anyone who was unsure. Or who was not yet into the theory. Oh, my goodness. Pardon me, everybody. I'm just dying over here. Just dying. It's fine. It's fine. We're both dying, actually.
Yeah, I've got a cold, holding onto my voice with valor and strength. So the last thing I read before these scenes, Harry had a very peculiar dream, which ended with the voice of Voldemort saying, "Harry Potter."
Spooky.
Very spooky.
I kind of love it.
Of course you do.
For more than just the obvious reasons.
Sorry, eating dinner.
Oh my gosh. Oh god, I'm just making noises. You know what, y'all are just gonna have to put up with it. You're just gonna have to deal.
So, shall we go on to this week's reading?
Yes, I want you to start saying some things.
So, this next scene, scene 9, occurs in Harry and Ginny's bedroom. Ooh la la. So, Harry's just woken up from his dream, and he's all like, "It's fine. Go back to sleep, Ginny. There's nothing wrong." And Ginny's like, "No. You had a nightmare. Tell me what this nightmare was about." And Harry doesn't want to... I think, is that what it is? No. He says start with the death, it became something else, and she's like, "Here, have a sleeping draft." He's like, "No." And then they have some serious, like, adulty, parenty talk time. So they talk about how Amos came, and Harry's like, "Oh, he's kind of right, you know, and he lost his son because of me." Oh, sorry. And then next thing you know, Harry's just like, "I wish my son was more like my other son and daughter."
Ooh, how do you come back from that?
Yeah. Because Ginny's like, "You need to be honest with Albus." And he's like, "I just wish he was more like James or Lily." And then Ginny's like, "Yeah, maybe not that honest, Harry."
Yeah.
And then he tries to, like, backpedal, going, no, I don't want to change him. I just want to understand him.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so they kind of... It's really just adulty, parenty talk. Harry quotes the original Albus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it doesn't...
It was a pretty interesting scene. Just, like listening to it, reading it, not listening to it. It makes you really kind of go, damn. Like, I think I've always known that Harry was flawed, but just the way he was thinking, and when you say, oh, I wish my kid was more like, and look, I'm not gonna lie, I work with parents. That's how they feel sometimes. People will always compare their kids, and even though you might love them with all your heart, it doesn't mean sometimes you won't wish they were in a different way. So I feel like it's one of those scenes that brings you a little bit back into that reality of where the characters are at.
Yeah, it was parent talk. The interesting thing, really, although we knew this, was Harry at the end of the chapter. Ginny asks, how long has it been since your scar hurt? He's like, 22 years. Yep. So, yeah, there's not much went on in that chapter. So I wrote down that I still don't think... I think Voldemort's involved in whatever's happening, but I don't think he's back. I hope he's not back. That'll be really unsatisfying after the end of the actual Harry Potter series.
Yeah.
It would be like one of those villains that always just comes back from the dead, like always.
Like Stefano in Days of Our Lives.
Like Sephiroth in Final Fantasy VII.
Or Stefano, he actually...
I don't know Days of Our Lives.
Okay, Stefano was hit by a car, shot, died of cancer, and he kept coming back.
Or like Jon Snow in Game of Thrones. Whoops, spoiler.
Why would you do that?
I'm hoping they've seen last year's Game of Thrones.
Also, I don't know. I never enjoyed Game of Thrones, not that much, but
Love it.
Oh well. Okay, so we got past. We're past scene 9 now, aren't we? You ready to tackle 10?
Yep. Yes. So 10. They get onto the Hogwarts Express. They being Albus and Rose. And Rose is all like, Albus, we should really become friends now. We're 14. Let's grow up. And I got really excited. I actually thought this was a turning point. But Albus, being the emo spectacular he is like, we were never friends. And he doesn't want to be friends.
Yes!
This is not how it's meant to go. Anyways, so then Rose, trying to entice his friendship, is all like, well, did you hear about the Ministry raids? Your dad was involved. And very Hermione, because Albus is like, I didn't know about this. But this confused me.
Yeah.
Because Albus was sitting on the stairs during the scene between Amos and Harry, and it was heavily indicated he was listening in, hence he would know about it.
Maybe he didn't connect the dots.
Maybe, because it says everything falls into place, but yeah.
Well, I mean, let me just have a quick look at that scene again. I always feel like even when you tell me what's been said, I always feel like I just need to go back over and just kind of...
No, that's okay. You don't trust me. It's fine.
No, hold on. Here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so she didn't mention the time turner all in one either. So I totally get it. Maybe he didn't go... Maybe he heard the time turner thing and was just like, oh, my dad's just out snooping.
Maybe.
Snooping through houses.
Well, then Albus says, a time turner? My dad found a time turner. And yeah, so...
Just confirming it's him. Da-da-da-da.
I suppose. So then he's like, you're sure? And Rose is like, entirely. Probably getting really excited that they're going to be friends now. And Albus is like, I need to go find Scorpius. And runs off with Rose following. And then Albus is like to Rose, who told you have to talk to me? And then she admits that the real reason is because your mum owled my dad, but only because she's worried about you. And I just think... And Albus is like, F off.
Yes.
Yep.
Goodbye, Granger Weasley Jr.
Well, Scorpius, they find Scorpius, and he's all like, Rose, he's still got his crush.
Do you know what my favourite part about this is?
What?
When you sum up this scene, it's Scorpius told Rose that she smells like bread.
Yep.
And that's pretty romantic, if you ask me.
I
Okay,
like bread.
I love bread. I am next level in love with bread. If someone was like to me, hey, you smell like bread, I'd be like, done, we're married.
Yep.
100% carbs all the time.
Oh, hello, Rose. What do you smell of? What do I smell of? No, I meant, it's a nice thing. You smell like a mixture of fresh flowers and fresh bread. Sorry, I just had to add in the sniff.
But I can imagine why Rose would run away.
Yep. Yeah, she's just like, Albus, I'm here for you if you need. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
And then poor Scorpius like, I mean, nice bread, good bread, bread. What's wrong with bread?
I love bread.
Yep. Yeah, Scorpius, you and I, once you're, of age, any day.
Yes.
And my notes then declare that Scorpius and Albus are really cute because Albus hugs his friend with fierceness. They hold on for a beat. Scorpius is surprised by this. Okay, hello, have we hugged before? Do we hug? I think Scorpius is like the cutest character in this series, this book.
I want to know how that was acted out.
Yep, I told you you need to take us to see it live.
Nope. But anyway, we can do it better here. But the point is, I just want to know if it was acted out like awkwardly or adorably, or if it was just like, okay, like whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd be interested to know. I would be very.
I think we should just do our own dramatic reenactments of our favourite scenes at the end of this.
We can get sued for that. We could only do it for people who were sitting right in front of us in a secret show.
No. It's done as a critique and a parody. You can do parodies.
Ah.
Parodies are exempt from all that stuff because otherwise it infringes all that freedom of speech stuff.
Freedom of speech.
Yeah. Anyways, so then Albus is like, we need to get off the train. And Scorpius is like, oh, too bad the train's moving. And Albus is like, well, that's not a problem. Let's just jump off a moving train. We've got magic.
Why not?
So he then starts to tell his plan to Scorpius. Mm-hmm. And Scorpius is way too happy. It's just like, oh, a quiz. And rattles off the answers. Mm-hmm. So Albus is asking Scorpius what he knows about the Triwizard Tournament and how Cedric died. Lots of dialogue. And then he's like, now, my dad has a time turner and we're going to use it to save Cedric Diggory. And Scorpius is like, oh, no. But of course, Albus wins because that's how it works. So they climb out of the train, thus ending scene 10.
Okay, now this was the scene. Scene 11 was the scene that I was really excited to leave with you.
Actually, just before we go over, I love Albus's emotional manipulation.
Yeah.
He lied to an old man who just wanted his son back, who just loved his son, and he did it because he didn't care. Because he doesn't care. Everyone talks about all the brave things Dad did, but he made some mistakes too, some big mistakes. In fact, I want to set one of those mistakes right. I want us to save Cedric.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that was good. Now, scene 11, it's a short scene, but this was the scene.
Just before I've got a new theory.
Okay, yes, go.
So, Delphi is Cedric's daughter, I'm hoping. That's where I'm going with this. If they save Cedric, he makes Cho get an abortion, which means Delphi doesn't exist, and then they have to try saving Delphi.
Whoa.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Actually, though, I mean, that's a pretty legitimate theory. Even if it's not an abortion, it still carries merits.
If he lives, Delphi doesn't, for whatever reason. See, I come up with good theories.
I actually really like that theory.
Yeah. Very Doctor Who.
Uh,
You haven't watched Doctor Who.
Stop that. This is Harry Potter. Stop.
Well,
Okay.
they're doing time travel.
Oh, no Doctor Who. Stop it. Send adults.
Send geeks.
No, please don't. We've got too many.
So, scene 11, the Hogwarts Express.
Yes.
So, the boys climb out onto the roof.
Which would be awful and cold.
Yep. And so they're up there, and Albus is like, it's fine. It's like, we're going to jump into this viaduct, and we'll use magic, and it's all good. So they take some time to plan this out, and then they successfully jump off the train into the viaduct. The end.
And what happens in between jumping off the train and getting onto the roof?
I'm just going to read my notes. I'm going to go and set it up as, fuck the trolley, which is just all casual up on the roof with her trolley. Yeah, that's normal. Please let the pasties be grenades. Turns page. I win. Of course, the Marauders and the Weasley twins tried to escape the train. Wish they had warned us about the trolley witch. Fucking spikes. Thoughts on the trolley witch? Nope, she has fucking spikes. I feel that general magic would have been sufficient to keep kids on a train.
Apparently not.
So, for everybody listening at home, the trolley witch suddenly just appears on top of the train, pushing her trolley, and she's all like, anything for the trolley, dears? Pumpkin pasty, chocolate frog, cauldron cake? And Albus is like, you're like on the fucking roof, lady. And she's like, people don't know much about me. They buy my cakes, but they never notice me. They don't even know my name. No one's ever asked. And Albus is like, so what's your name? Like, let's get out of this. And she's like, I've forgotten you. I've forgotten, but you're not getting off this train. And yeah, she's saying that she's made over 6 million pumpkin pasties.
Mm-hmm.
And then she says, this is what happens. So the last line in my thing is, I've gotten quite good at them, but what people haven't noticed about my pumpkin pasties is how easily they transform into something else. And I'm like, it's going to be a fucking grenade. It better be a grenade. And they go, she picks up a pumpkin pasty and she throws it like a grenade. It explodes.
Is spooky.
And then she says, and you won't believe what I can do with my chocolate frogs. And I really want to know, because now I've got really bad ideas that are not family friendly.
Oh, all I was thinking is like plasma grenades. You know, holds them in place or something, or the frog devours them and holds them like a prisoner. How many people do you think have been lost to the trolley witch?
Well, I think she puts them back because she said, some have tried, Sirius Black and his cronies, Fred and George Weasley, all have failed. Wait a minute, all have failed because this train, it doesn't like people getting off. All caps trolley witch.
I guess that means we can be trainkin now.
Yes.
I identify as the Hogwarts Express.
You're going to, like, offend somebody.
Sorry.
And then it says the trolley witch's hands transfigure into very sharp spikes and she smiles. And it's like, please retake your seats for the remainder of the journey.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you know, they jump off the train. So Albus first, and then Scorpius sort of stands there for a moment, and I like Scorpius. He has the best lines. Like, well, as fun as you clearly look, I have got to go after my friend, and he jumps off the train.
I think that is a brilliant line. The other one I liked of his in this scene was when, you know, Albus is talking about what's going on, and he's like, you know, you were right, Scorpius, the train is magical. And Scorpius is like, at this precise moment in time, I take no pleasure in being right.
Yep.
I thought that was a really beautiful...
Scorpius is adorable. I like him more than Albus.
I can see why people call them adorable, but I feel like I'd actually love to see them acted out the way that the writers intended for them to be, because I think, you know, that'll really give us an idea of, is it like, you know, tones and voice and physical acting. It tells you so much more about the characters. It's so easy to read what's written down and define it in a million ways. Because I know that with this kind of a play myself, I'd play it out to the darkest extent that I could.
Yeah, I think...
Because it feels like it's meant to be dark, but it reads really light.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. It reads very light and child-friendly, and I don't think it's meant to. So, I then wrote my new prediction for what's going to happen next.
Okay.
And I said, the kids will go to Amos, obviously. They will try to tell him their plan about using the time turner.
Mm-hmm.
But because this is the Harry Potter universe and he is an adult, he will dismiss them. Delphi will appear again. And I half wrote this line and didn't finish it, but I think it's meant to say, and she will be their assistant.
In what?
In, like, saving Cedric.
Oh.
Turning back time. I don't know how they're going to get... Well, I'm guessing they're going to have to get back to the Potters to get the time to... Oh, no, it wouldn't be there, would it? It would be, like, in the Ministry, you'd hope. They'd have to, like, get into the Ministry and steal it.
Ooh, is that possible?
Well, Harry got into the Ministry when he was a kid.
Yeah, but he didn't also Harry Potter.
Well, this is Albus Potter.
More like Ralbus. I don't know.
I don't know what you're doing, but you sound really muffled.
That would probably be because I'm slightly muffled while I'm, like, quickly scanning ahead to make a definitive decision on...
Next week's chapters.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking of giving you a few more. So, a few more than normal, because there's some smaller scenes. I'm thinking that this time you're going to go 12 to 16.
Oh, that's a fair chunk.
It is. There is, like, one, like, 2-page scene, though.
Okay.
So I feel like that kind of cuts it out. It is
Yep.
big, but this is a relatively short episode anyways, so it can make up for that. And also, I think it'll start to get you into that whole moving along and through the next few parts, which might be a little bit more confusing.
Okay, whatever you're saying, stop for a second. You became really muffled, like there was movement over your mic. Can you repeat that?
That's so weird. Nothing was moving. Okay, so what I'm thinking is I'm going to give you those extra scenes because this was a fairly short episode.
Yep.
And this will start to put you into the pace of the rest of the book.
Okay.
I think. This is really going to be a bit of a pick up and into, not obviously Act 2, but, you know, this has all relatively been the beginning, hasn't it? This has all been the introduction. Now we've jumped off the train.
And we're actually doing something.
Yeah, things are about to get hectic.
Ooh, spoiler.
I think we knew that things were going to get hectic. But anyways,
Yep.
What I'm thinking is that this will turn into a nice little introduction to the
Okay.
fun.
Okay. Is it really fun?
What's your definition of fun?
Am I going to enjoy this?
Look,
I
make no promises.
I'm still skeptical of this. Very skeptical. Like, there's bits that are cute and fun, but I'm still going,
You're not hooked.
Not really, no.
Okay. Well, a few of my favourite things have yet to come, obviously, and they are coming up.
Okay. I will say, though, like, part of it is also... to be fair, I do want to keep reading. It's really hard to put it down once I've finished my assigned reading. I'm just like, no, if I kept reading.
We'd all know.
Suddenly Mel's theories are scarily accurate.
Everybody kicks Mel.
No, then I would go, like, make a wild theory and be like, Harry is actually a boggart.
Little do you know that.
Damn it, she guessed the entire plot of this.
Alright, everybody go home. Sit in a corner. Go to different
Think
rooms
about what you've
and
done.
stare out the window.
Think about what you've done. I don't
Pretty
know
much.
what you've done, but you've done something.
You have, not me. I'm innocent. But yeah, Cursed Child. I can't wait for you to get further in.
Yep.
And I can't wait for you to finish. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
Because then we can really discuss it. And what I'm thinking we should do is have a whole episode where we just discuss
Ooh, maybe we could do
The
it
Cursed
live.
Child. Yeah, we could. And
That's
as per usual, we absolutely invite anyone who's reading along or who's listening in to weigh in with your thoughts on the scenes of the week or anything you thought was notable. If none of you comment about the trolley witch being like a spooky demon, then I'll be very disappointed in you indeed.
Yeah, not sure about Spooky Demon Trolley Witch, but people should write in and let Jess know what they thought of it, because I'm not allowed to read anything Cursed Child related.
Yeah.
But she might let me hear your opinions when she reads the emails. She'll cut them down and make them spoiler free or something, because she'll be lovely and nice to me.
Nah. And come on though, the trolley witch. Just for a second, like, even if maybe she's not even a real person. Maybe she's like a spooky magical creature that can take on trolley witch appearances and make delicious baked goods.
That are also grenades.
Okay, you know, sometimes delicious baked goods can double as grenades.
I was so funny when I was reading that. I'm just like, it's going to be a grenade. And I had to write it down. And I just had to write it down going, so it is like monumental. It is like historically recorded that I guessed what it was.
It is historically recorded that you guessed what it was.
Yep.
I'm very proud of you.
I need more
You need more.
cough and flu drugs.
That's what you need more of. I thought you were going to say more information, and I was like about to be all aboard the train, but no.
Oh, I want that too, but right now I just need more drugs and alcohol to get me to sleep.
No, I feel you. Have you?
But no.
Did you enjoy that scene like a little bit?
I did. There was a bit of me that was just like, and it was so fan fiction, but it was
so
good fan fiction.
I wonder if anybody's written fan fiction now about the trolley witch.
Okay, I'm gonna go check fanfic.net.
Don't, because there could be spoilers.
Oh.
No, don't. You don't get to.
Oh.
I get to. And you can write your own fan fiction. I give you that.
Check archive of our own and fanfiction.net.
No, thank you, because that first one has adult tags that I don't like. That's how you find weird things, let me tell you now.
Like
I don't
the
want
time you found Bellatrix and Dumbledore.
I'm still sad.
I'm still happy.
Oh, no. I disapprove.
Right, well, I'm gonna go join Josh from Tales from Godric's Hollow and start writing speculative fan fiction.
Please do. I welcome this, I invite this, and you can post it to the page, and people can critique it as they feel.
Okay, I will see if I can fit a Trolley Witch fan fiction into my very busy schedule.
Thank you. Okay, everybody, you've heard us out. Please let us know what you think. For those of you who were not listening entirely, and I totally don't blame you, we will be reading scenes 12 through 16 for the next week. And I seriously invite you to read along, whether you're refreshing it or if you're reading it for the first time. If you don't want
Suffer with me.
And if you don't want to read it and you just want to listen to us talk about it, that's fine
Perfectly
too.
legit. I think I give nice summaries of what's going on.
I think you do.
Think people get the idea.
I think they've got the idea. I think now. I think they've
Radio.
got it. Alrighty, do you want to let them know where they can find us? Because I can never remember, and you're much better at these things than I am.
So we are on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr as Witch Weekly Far out. Witch Weekly
Wow.
Podcast. I am dying.
She's dying.
So, Tumblr, take two. Tumblr, Instagram, and Facebook as Witch Weekly Podcast. And then we are on Twitter and Pinterest as Witch Weekly Cast. Feel free to send us an email, witchweeklypodcast@gmail.com. We look forward to meeting up with you all next week when I read more of these chapters.
Yes! Alright, that's it from us for tonight then. Take it easy, nerds.
Bye.